So here we're given the function f of x and g of x, and we're going to make compositions of these functions. So let's take the first one. What this is saying is we substitute g of x inside of f of x. So wherever there's an x in f of x, we're going to put whatever g of x is inside that. So we start off with f of x, so let's write that down. Then wherever there's an x, we're going to erase that, and we're going to put whatever g of x is, because we're substituting g of x in for x. And then you just simplify. So we still have the 4, nothing happened there, but this x squared to the third, we use the power rule, and we multiply the exponents. Because x squared to the third is saying that you take x squared and you multiply it by itself 3 times. So 2, 4, 6 times all together. That's why you get x to the 6th. Now let's try the next one. This one is saying that you take f of x and you substitute it inside of g of x. So wherever there's an x in the g of x function, we're going to put f of x there instead. So let's start off with our g of x, and wherever there's an x, we're going to take that away and we're going to substitute in g of x instead. So we have 4x to the third. And now we simplify. Now when we simplify this whole thing is being squared. So 4 is being squared, and then x to the third is being squared. Remember, when you have an exponent raised to a power, you multiply those exponents. Now let's look at the next one. So this one is saying that you take g of x and you substitute it inside of g of x. So we're going to start off with g of x, and wherever there's an x, we're going to put whatever g of x is. So we start off with g of x, but just like the others, wherever there's an x, we're going to substitute in that other function. So in this case, it's itself. We're going to put x squared wherever there was an x. And then we simplify. So again, this is that power rule. Something with an exponent raised to a power, you multiply the exponents. So now we have found out what g of x is. If you look at the next one, you see that g of x, which is x to the 4th, we're going to substitute that inside of g of x. So you start off with g of x and you erase the x, because instead of x, we're going to substitute in whatever g of x is. So that x to the 4th. And then you simplify this. So again, when you have something with an exponent raised to a power, you multiply the exponents.